Military clashes have broken out along the Thai-Cambodian border, leaving at least 10 people dead. Cambodia has fired rockets and artillery shells into Thailand. The Thai military, meanwhile, has carried out airstrikes using F-16 jets while closing all border crossings with its neighbour. The fighting marks a dramatic escalation in the decades-long border dispute.
On the Cambodian side, troops are seen preparing to launch rockets and artillery into Thailand's territory. Across the border, Thai soldiers and army medics take cover after a shell strikes nearby. Thailand's military says the bombardment didn't stop there. That heavy artillery continued through the morning, also hitting civilian areas. The border between the two neighbors has long been a flashpoint, centered on disputed land near this ancient temple. But this latest fighting marks a dangerous escalation. My hometown is near the border, so we're aware of the situation between Thailand and Cambodia. We think it should end. We don't want it to drag on, because a lot has already been lost along the border, and people have been affected. Both neighbors accuse each other of instigating the fighting. Cambodian officials say their troops only opened fire after what they describe as an unprovoked incursion by Thai forces. Thailand said it launched airstrikes targeting Cambodian military positions in response to the deadly strikes, and warned of further action if attacks continue.
The Royal Thai government urges Cambodia to cease its repeated acts, which constitute severe violations of international law. Such actions fundamentally contradict the principles of good neighborly relations and good faith, and will further undermine Cambodia's reputation and credibility on the global stage.
Meanwhile, diplomatic ties are rapidly unraveling. Thailand has closed all border crossings with Cambodia, and Phnom Penh has announced that it's downgrading diplomatic relations with Bangkok. As tensions mount, civilians on both sides of the border wait anxiously, hoping the fighting stops before it claims more lives.
Let's take a closer look with DW Southeast Asian Bureau Chief Georg Matthes, who's in Bangkok. Georg, you're in touch with people in the border region. What are they telling you?
That's right. A couple of weeks back, I visited exactly that part where we're seeing now the conflict flaring up again in Sisaket border province. And what people told me, of course, is that they're very shocked about that situation. They have been preparing for it. And one of the persons actually said, when I was there at the time, I said, is it really necessary to build bunkers? Because people were explaining to me that the Cambodian side is on higher ground, so they have an better opportunity to shoot into their territory. And that person said to me, you see, this is what we have been preparing for. So you had mainly women and children, some 40,000 people that have been evacuated from the immediate border area, from the Thai side. So the Thai side is taking this very seriously, and they remain alert. We still right now have pockets of conflicts, of ongoing fighting. So the Thai side has made clear that they are ready to retaliate if Cambodia continues firing indiscriminately, what it looks like, into Thai territory.
This conflict has been simmering for a really long time. What has caused this latest military flare-up then?
What we always had in this conflict is that both sides blame each other for starting it. So the latest thing in the last couple of days, we had some situations where a Thai soldier, for instance, stepped on a landmine, losing his leg. And that is where Thailand has argued that Cambodia has planted new landmines, and where Cambodia has argued, no, that Thai soldier moved into new territory that he was not supposed to go, and that is why he stepped onto and probably what could also be an old landmine. So it is really a very sensible, very developing situation here that has sparked this conflict, and thousands of people in that area are now hoping that somehow a resolution can be found.
What are the chances of a ceasefire, or do you expect to see this escalate further?
It's really hard to tell at this point. It's very much a developing situation. But what we could see is a real concern here, not just of the people who are affected, obviously, but of the entire region. After all, Cambodia and Thailand are partners in the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. And if you want to take a step back for a moment, look at the bigger picture, you have here two key countries of ASEAN that were hoping together to, for instance, negotiate better trade deals with the US. Now, Indonesia, Vietnam, but also the Philippines, for instance, have hammered out trade deals with Trump. And that really shows that this border row now comes at a particularly unfortunate timing. And so today, the head of ASEAN, the Malaysian prime minister, called both leaders in Cambodia and in Thailand and forced them really to sit down together and find a resolution to that conflict.
What can you tell us about these efforts to really find a lasting resolution to this decades-long dispute?
It's really tricky because at the core of the conflict is a misunderstanding between the two nations of how to resolve it. You have a memorandum of an understanding, an MOU, between the two sides that they should bilaterally resolve this. But at the same time, now Cambodia has reached out for the International Court of Justice. That, however, is not the authority of that court is not recognized by Thailand. And so you really have a difficult situation here. And I think it will take more pressure from abroad, from other partner countries. The EU, for instance, has reached out today to both sides to stop the fighting. So it needs more pressure so that the two sides really sit down together and resolve that row, which is basically over a small patch of land in a very remote area between the two countries.
That was DW's Georg Matthes in Bangkok. Thanks so much. Journalist Tommy Walker is at an evacuation point in the Thai province of Buriram. Tommy, explain to us what's going on there exactly.
Well, the conflict that broke out this morning, this just shows you the real impact of how that affects people who have got nothing to do with this conflict. There's thousands of civilians here who are holed up in this race circuit in Buriram, fleeing from any potential dangers from the conflict near the border today. There are people sleeping on stands where onlookers and fans would normally watch race cars come in and race around the track. You've got people sleeping on the floor, but there's plenty of water and food provided by the authorities. But this just really shows you that although this conflict only really sparked into life this morning, this can be the impact.
Give us some context here. How did we get here?
So Thailand and Cambodia for years, decades, have been disputing territory along their borders. And in recent months, those disputes have become more tense. At the end of May, there was a brief exchange of gunfire between Thai and Cambodian troops that left one Cambodian soldier dead. That initiated both sides to be more cautious, to close borders, to mass troops along the border for security reasons. But it's only really in the last week or recent days where it's really been a watershed moment to why this conflict has exploded today. Thailand has accused Cambodia of planting landmines along the border, and Thai soldiers have actually been injured. I believe that one soldier lost his leg because of these landmines. So that's what sparked it. And then obviously this morning we saw an exchange of gunfire among around 6 different checkpoints, which has then escalated into Cambodia, firing rockets into Thailand, hitting civilian areas. Thailand has scrambled its F-6 fighter jets to sort of counteract this. And that's where we are at the moment. So it just remains to be seen of when or whether this conflict further escalates. Are there going to be further casualties, further people evacuated? It just remains to be seen.
Yeah, concern is huge, surely not just at that evacuation point where you are. What have been reactions to this flare-up?
Well, I mean, locally, obviously, it's the main news of the day. A lot of people have been talking about this issue. You know, Thailand and Cambodia are in war. Well, it's not a war, it's a conflict. We don't expect this to, blow into a full-scale war. However, at the moment, the reaction is that each side doesn't seem to be taking control of the situation. It seems to be very out in the open. Governments really aren't taking hold of it and trying to, let's say, de-escalate. People are calling for that, but there isn't really no action at the moment. We've seen countries in recent hours, countries in the EU and Malaysia as well, Southeast Asia neighbour, calling for de-escalation, but no one's really initiating that to happen at the moment. So again, it's a bit of an unsure time for people here. We're not sure if this is going to happen again tomorrow. There's going to be more, exchange of gunfire, more fighter jets in the sky. So again, we have to see how this will eventually, be ended.
That's journalist Tommy Walker from the Thai province of Buriram. Thanks so much.
Thank you.